Okay, good morning. Excuse me. Crazy mothers, crazy fathers, everybody, welcome. We are going to try this again, take two, on this Wednesday afternoon, so we can hopefully bring Rebecca Fleischman from Enriched Parenting on, which is just an absolutely incredible organization. Let me know if you guys can hear me, please, if you hop on as well. It's an amazing wealth of information for families wanting to live a healthier, more holistic, natural lifestyle based out of New Jersey. And so as soon as I see Miss Rebecca jump on, we will bring her on and start talking about the amazing resources that they have for you guys. I think I see her, so we're going to try this again. Yes, perfect. All right. Hopefully we don't have an echo. Thanks for sticking with us.
Hi, Hillary.
Hi.
Is
Oh,
it
good.
better? Is
I
it a
think
little
it is.
better?
I
Okay,
think it is.
great. Oh, amazing. Okay.
Yay. Thank you so much for coming on and
Yes,
working
it's a
through
pleasure.
the little technical difficulties we sometimes have with Facebook and all of that great social media.
Totally,
So
totally,
I'm
totally.
I'm just gonna ask if anybody is for the people who are watching, if you could just let me know if we sound okay, because it's always good to get that kind of feedback before we kind of jump into things. So yeah, okay. So I want to thank you again for jumping on.
Of
I'm
course.
so excited to let all of our viewers know about your organization, Enriched Parenting. So I'm going to jump right into it and ask you if you could tell us a little bit about how Enriched Parenting came to be, maybe your background as well. If you have any experience with vaccine injury, just give us your story.
Totally. Okay, first of all, I just want to thank you so much first of all, we're honored to be here. We're excited to be here. We're really, really looking forward to Vi, and we are grateful for all you're doing, and it's very much needed at this pivotal time that we're in. So to just let you know, Enriched Parenting is a nonprofit. I started it back in 2015, and I would say it really just started from a place of passion and my own passion for holistic health, and also having seen the health crisis that we are experiencing, especially with our children. To give you a little bit of a background, my parents are both medical doctors, actually, growing up, though they planted many seeds through their decisions, just through their modeling of their personal life choices and how they raised us as children. I have, 7 siblings. So my siblings and I were raised in a way where we were always challenged to question status quo, and it really developed from there. And through my other life experiences, I have a master's in speech pathology, undergrad is in special ed. So I worked for quite a while in the field of special ed. I actually worked primarily with children with low functioning autism, and having the privilege of working with so many families whose children had autism and hearing their stories was very eye-opening for me. That was definitely another big life experience that led me in this direction. And then just, expecting my first child, And then at that point in my life, recognizing that having a healthy child and raising a healthy child is not to be taken for granted. And so I really took it upon myself, and people probably thought I was a little bit extreme, but I researched everything from who was my healthcare provider. I mean, I live in New York, but I drove all the way out to Connecticut. Ultimately, that was my decision. For my first birthing, I chose a practitioner out in Connecticut. And, it was just going through that process and recognizing how imperative it is that we as parents and as individuals take our health and accountability for our health back into our own hands. So, and then as a mother, again, I was back in this world being around so many other mothers and seeing how many mothers and parents were just suffering with their children's health. So I guess that's kind of my background a little bit to give you an understanding of like where my passion lies and where it comes from. I feel very, very strongly that you know, we have to we have to help facilitate. Every parent is, you know, wants what's best for their children. I would say most parents inherently wants what's best for their children. So our goal of Enriched Parenting is to really bring about the information that's available, readily available for people if they just take the time. And so we want to be a resource for people to help facilitate people access to information out there for their overall health, for their family's health and well-being. Um, we really do provide education and support, also community support. So we do a lot of trying to connect people who are like-minded and keeping that element of also just supporting one another. When you're, you know, sometimes it can be very daunting or even alienating, leading a more holistic or not necessarily the mainstream, raising our children not the mainstream way.
Yes, absolutely. And it's so funny that you mentioned the education and how you saw it modeled through your parents, because that's been something on my mind lately, and it's how we can make sure that every mother out there who chooses our type of lifestyle is educating their children along the
Yes,
way. I think it's so important to let them read the books, give them the studies, let them look at the ingredient lists, let them look at homeopathy and all of the incredible, the
yes,
other things that you guys deal with as well. It's something that I feel like people forget about sometimes, because modern motherhood is just absolutely insane, and we're juggling so many things. Sometimes we forget to explain why we're choosing this for our children, and give them that
totally.
tool for sure. And I know. So where can all right. So what are
So,
some of the things that you guys offer? Because you have a bunch of different organizations within an organization. So I want to talk to you
right. So we
about
have a
that,
lot
and
of
what do
different,
you guys offer?
totally. So what we do is we really have a lot of different, over the years, we've progressed in taking on different initiatives. You know, what I want to say is first, I just want to be clear, like our vision is that all parents have the resources, and starting in pregnancy, starting in their decisions for how they want to birth their child, and going from there, nutrition, just mindful parenting resources, alternative options of how to address different health related topics. And so one of the things that over time, what we've done is we've created different initiatives. And one of our initiatives is our Enriched Lending Library, which is a free lending library resource that we offer to any practitioner or medical practitioner, or even anyone who has a home office and wants to have a little home library that they want to have in their home to help facilitate educating those in their community. It's a free lending library. You just have to reach out to us and we'll make it happen.
That's amazing. I
Yeah, so
love
we do
that.
that. Yeah, and so that was our enriched lending library. We also do our enriched webinars. So we try to offer free webinars, educational webinars, where we bring in different experts, different medical professionals on a variety of topics, whether it's homeopathy, Chinese medicine, acupuncture, how we can best facilitate in keeping our family healthy and ourselves healthy. So I would say that's like one of my most exciting, our newest initiative that I'm like the most excited about, because I think it can really reach anyone, anywhere. We also have our community basis, which is trying to connect one another. So we do have something called our Enriched Women's Circle, which we do every monthly women gathering of women, where we do prayer and we connect with other women in our community. I happen to be an Orthodox Jew, so it's a little bit in that way. I live in the Jewish Orthodox community, and we have a lot of women who, like to connect with one another on a regular basis. But we are open to really helping to facilitate connection in all different ways. We have our online forum, we have Facebook groups, we have another great way to connect is also just going to our website, enrichedparenting.org, and signing up for our monthly newsletter. So we try to have, a lot of great content in there. We give you updates of any upcoming webinars, events that we have upcoming. And I'm trying to think if there's anything that I'm missing. There probably is, but those are some of the main initiatives we're trying to spearhead right now.
I love that. I didn't know about the lending library. So you guys are based out of New York or
We're
New
based out of New
Jersey?
York, out of New
Oh,
York.
New York. Okay, so that's good
Yes.
to know. I love that idea about getting the education to medical professionals. I think, you coming from two
Yeah.
doctors yourself understand the importance of that, and
Absolutely.
how life
Absolutely.
changing that could be. And I love the idea of the women's circle. The webinars are amazing because like you said, anybody,
Mm,
any crazy mother, father, all over the US, they don't have to be near New York. They can simply log on to enrichedparenting.org and sign up for one of those webinars. So thank you so much for setting those up, because
absolutely.
education is how we are going to win this. I really believe
Yes.
that. I really do
Yes, I
believe that.
believe, I agree. I can't agree more, actually. I believe that education is key. And, you know, it's no longer like we're living in a time where we have an epidemic, of 1 in 2 of our children are suffering with chronic health conditions. We have 1 in 6 with developmental disability. And even for women's health, we have the highest mother-infant mortality rate in the of the developed countries. So, a third leading cause of death, as you know, I know I'm speaking to the choir here, but is medical errors. So it's
Right.
no longer can we, just take a passive approach, but rather we need to be really proactive in educating ourselves and questioning, really, really questioning, and then question more, and becoming informed and educated so that we can ask the right questions and
Yes.
demand solid answers. And it's just really, really imperative that we just keep spreading love and education to everyone around us. I want to be very clear. Enriched parenting is for everyone and anyone of all different backgrounds. I know that I did say I am an Orthodox Jew, but it's for everyone. And I say that because it's important for people to recognize that no matter who we are as individuals, we all, as parents and as a society, ultimately, I really believe genuinely want what's best for our children and for the overall health and well-being of society. And yes, there are a variety of opinions out there and ideas, but ultimately, the dialogue has to take place, and it has to take place, and people have to just remember that we all have the same goal, and that being the case, it needs to remain respectful and truthful and for what it is. So yeah, I don't know. I just can't emphasize that enough. It's just so imperative that we keep educating and empowering people to make the best decisions for themselves, for their family's health, well-being. And one more thing I want to just say, it's not just for parents. We are not just for parents. We are for everyone, whether you have children, you don't have children. It's for everyone.
Yes, I totally agree. And I love talking to young women and young men who haven't thought about or haven't started down the journey of parenthood yet, who are maybe even more receptive to these ideas
Yeah.
about just look at this, just research it, just to have that
Yes.
in your head. I think it's so important. So I wanted to ask you before we hop off, if you had anything that you are hoping for enriched parenting, or any future goals anything you're excited about. Is there anything that you wanted to talk
Well,
about that?
what I would say is I am actually very excited just seeing what's taken place in the last few years. When I started this, it was really very, very small. And our organization is still small, but what I've seen transpire within the last few years is really incredible, like from this viewpoint, seeing so many other organizations popping up and so many wonderful people speaking out and advocating for our children's health. So that's really, really incredibly exciting to me. It's actually inspiring because sometimes it's also daunting being on this end, feeling like, are we getting anywhere? And I see so many other things happening. I'm like, wow, this is so. I think our hope for Enriched Parenting is that we can collaborate and connect with all these wonderful organizations, and as a and together we can make a change and work together with one another in a unified way. I would say another goal is really just, I'm trying to think, just trying to also connect with, like you were saying, health practitioners and even any experts. So personally, on a for Enriched Parenting basis, I would say also, we want to share our platform to get experts message out there. So, any health practitioner who's interested in wanting to educate on a topic that they are experienced in, and this is what they do, we would love to share that with others. And I would say, follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. We also, I would have, like I said, our online forum. So, with the censorship taking place, unfortunately, there is always that. It's not very active right now. I think most people just gravitate more towards Facebook, which makes a lot of sense. But it is there. It's Enriched Parenting. Online forum is / forum. And we also, I would say, just, sign up for the monthly newsletter so you can get the updates. And most importantly, we're really excited to be at the V.I.E event, and hopefully we'll get to see people in real person, in real life, connect with people, we'll have a table there. So we'll have brochures that give more information about what we're doing and what we're all about. We're going to have a raffle, small giveaways, things like that. So, find us there, and we're really, really excited. We really look forward.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for joining us today.
No, thank you. Really, thank you, Hillary. And thank you to everyone. I know we do events here in New York area, and I know it's a huge, it's an undertaking. It's a lot of work. So really, thank you to everyone over there in your group who's facilitated this. This is exciting. This is incredible. The amount of work that goes on behind the scenes, and I've never pulled off. And I can't even begin to imagine, but just from what I have done, it's a lot of work. So really, thank you so much. Really. And to all those who are behind there working so hard for this.
You're so welcome. I can't wait to see you in real life.
In real life, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very excited. We're very excited.
Yeah, so thank you again. You guys can find Rebecca on Facebook, on Instagram, Enriched Parenting, and her website is enrichedparenting.org.
Yes, .org, yes.
.org.
One more thing I want to just mention. I like to be very clear about this. We also do, when we started this, we never shied away from any topic on health. So I know I'm just going out of the, just to go back, one thing I forgot to mention is we do have one of our other initiatives is we have a website. It's anenu.org, and we do advocate for medical freedom on there and informed consent. So you could also, follow that page as well if you'd like. But, we believe that all topics should be addressed, and we shouldn't shy away from anything. And, there's no such thing as, censorship. It doesn't work on all the topics.
Right.
That are relevant to our children's health. And that these conversations need to take place. It's just so important.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to keep coming together like you guys are doing. We have to keep finding our local tribes. We have to keep reaching out, because vaccine injury doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter what race, religion, creed you are. All of our children are being affected. And so now we get to unify and really educate. So thank you again.
Thank you.
I'm going to hop off now, and I will see you in just a couple weeks.
Yes, we're so excited. Thank you again, Hillary. Have a great day.
All right. Bye, Rebecca.
Bye, guys.